welcome to Lauren Reed Color. It is really cold and rainy today, but we are going to be staying inside, warm and cozy and coloring. Anyway, on today's video, we are going to be continuing our Saturday Snippets feature, and we are coloring in Small Victories by Johanna Basford. The page that we are working on, just to remind you, is the Teacups and Teapot, and I am calling this page Tea and Tranquility, which is very apt considering how dark and dreary it is outside. Anyway, I just want to note that I have added one pencil to our stash here of pencils on the side. So this is the color palette that we are using on the page. And the pencil that I added is Prussian blue. So last time we worked on the gold, and so I added the gold colors. And today we're going to be working on the water inside the pot. So I have added Prussian blue, which is 159, and we are going to be using it together with the, what is that? Light turquoise blue? No, just turquoise blue, 171, and together we're going to get this combination. So we're going to be using that to shade inside the teapot. Let me go back to our page for a second. So last time we did the inside of the teapot with watercolor pencils. We also shaded the gold leaves, and the time before that we did the pink flowers and the purple flowers, and there's also a separate video for these turquoisey leaves. Yeah, so we've done quite a bit. Today we are going to do these little leaves here on the bottom, and I think we're going to move up to the floral teacup and do the flowers in there. But before we do any of that, let me just give you an update on what I have been up to this week and all the whips that I've been working on. So the first book that I worked on this week is Mythographic Dragonspell, and I actually finished the December page of the month in the Mythographic Dragonspell group, and it is this Sweet Pea Dragonling. I'm really happy with the way it came out. At first I was thinking that the background might be a bit too light, but once I started putting in the dragon wings and the tail, I think it worked out really well. So yeah, I finished this page this week. I finished off all the flowers. I did her dress, which is my favorite part of this page, and I also did her tail and her wings. They were originally supposed to be black, but I'm actually very pleased with the raspberry black that I got. And then I did the cage. I used a Faber-Castell gold pit pen to go over the lines of the cage and then outline them with a black fine liner and on the key as well. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with the way that this page has come out, and I enjoyed coloring it very much. It was one of the quicker pages to do in this book, really. Yeah, so that was my only completed page this week. The other two are whips. I also worked in Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosannes, and if you've been watching the channel, you know that we are coloring this double page spread up on the channel as a Color With Me series. So there's a video for the, just let me move this down a bit. There's a video for the gradient sunset sky, a video for the mountains, and a video for the snow. And this week, I'm hoping to record doing the trees. We might even do the bridge at the same time. Yeah, we're getting into the smaller elements of the page, and so it's going to go a bit more quickly, I think. We're almost done with it. I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. Yeah, so yeah, tune in if you're interested in following along with us. So I did that this week. These are our color palettes. And the last page that I worked on this week, I'm hoping to finish this page by the end of the year. Can't believe I'm saying that. So I worked in The Night Voyage by Daria Song. This was a really long term whip. I'm doing the Present Pipeline page. So I actually started this page last year, but then I injured my arm, and all the shading on the pipes was quite painful, so I stopped. And I went to physiotherapy, and now my arm is much better. But I took this opportunity at the end of 2025 to try and finish this page. I want to finish it for Geordie. No, yeah, it is. It's Geordie at Geordie Colors. Her hashtag is Color the Fairy Tales 2025, and one of the prompts is gifts. Excuse the barking dog, 1 second. Where was I before we were so rudely interrupted by someone who's demanding his breakfast? I have told him that he will get breakfast in like 2 minutes after I just finish recording my weekly whips. Anyway, so as I was saying, yes, I struggled to color this when my arm was injured, but now I am back to it because I want to color it for Joe at Geordie Colors, hashtag Color the Fairy Tales 2025, and one of the prompts for December is gifts. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing that one from The Night Voyage by Daria Song. And now I'm going off to feed the dog. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I'm back from feeding the dog, and we are now going to get started on our page. We're going to start with these little leaves on the bottom, which are going to be pink so that we get a cohesive look between the top and the bottom of the page. And we're also going to do these leafy fronds on the side, which are going to be a darker blue. For the pink, we're going to use this combination. So we've got, I think it's called violet pink. We've got purple, red, and white and Payne's gray. So it's going to be very similar to this combination, but in this combination we didn't use the lighter pink color, this one. So we're going to start with this one. Okay, and yeah, we're just going to put a layer of this over the entire leaf. Let me just get my page to rest my hand. Okay, so here we go. I really like the color palette that we've chosen for this page. Yeah, so welcome after all of that. I hope that you are all enjoying your Saturday. As I said, here it is really rainy. So if you hear pitter-pattering, it's the rain. Okay, now we're going to go in with our next color. Okay. And just a reminder to anyone who is joining us for the first time that these videos are chatty. So I will be chatting about my week and what I did. And if you're not interested in that and just want to color, feel free to put me on mute. Yeah, so it's been a good week. Pretty cold. Winter has definitely arrived and is not going away anytime soon. And on Sunday, we went to a birthday party. I have a family friend who I've known my whole life, ever since I was a tiny little girl. She was friends with my parents. Well, she and her husband. Her name's Gwen. She and her husband, Jack, were friends with my parents. Jack used to take us camping. And he passed away a couple of years ago. And now we're moving on to the white. And I'm only going to be putting this into the highlight. Yeah, so he passed away a couple of years ago. And anyway, on Sunday, it was her birthday. She's 95. Amazing. She's an amazing woman. Yeah, I hope we all get to live that long. And she's got all of her faculties. She's just sharp as a tack. And now we're putting in the Payne's gray, only in the shadow areas. So yeah, it was her birthday, and she had a little party for her closest friends. There were, I think, 15 of us, maybe 16, at a little restaurant that is in our town. They make excellent food. Yeah, so there was a set menu. So there were salads and entrees and main courses, something for everyone, fish and salad, and also steak, if you wanted steak. I love steak. It's my South African genes coming out. Yeah, so that was Sunday. That was fun. And I'm just going over the Payne's gray with the purple red to bring back that color, because the Payne's gray is a shadow color. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Now let's go on to this tiny little leaf over here. Okay. We're going to put the highlight here at the top. Yeah, so that was my Sunday. Monday I went to the pool. Yeah, the pool, I like the pool, but you have to go at a specific time. So when I first started going, I'm a morning person. If you haven't been able to tell from my Saturday snippets, I'm a morning person. Now we're doing white, just in the highlight area. And when I first started going to the pool, I went really early. Like the pool opens at 6 a.m. and I was there. But a lot of people seem to be morning people. And, you know, the people who go in the morning are the people who go before they go to work. And they're also like the really good, strong swimmers. So the pool is divided into lanes. You've got your slow lane, your fast lane, your medium speed, and your really slow lane. And I am a slow to medium speed swimmer. So I like to be in the slow lane. But the fast swimmers in the early morning, they take over all the lanes. And they, you know, if you go and they're there, they just crash into you. So I stopped going so early so that I could avoid them. And if you go between, I start work later on in the day, so my mornings are free. So if you go after, like between 8:30 and 9:30, it's perfect because at 10 o'clock is water aerobics and people start arriving like at 9:30 and taking up the whole front area of the pool, which is fine, but I like to be out by that time if I'm not doing aerobics. If I'm not doing aerobics, I stay. But if if I do aerobics, I stay. If I am not doing aerobics, I like to be out of the pool by the time they start. Okay, so let me just stop talking for a second and figure out what we're doing next. We are now going to do these leafy fronds. I'm going to do them all the same color because if you remember our inspiration picture, they are just a dark blue. I'm just going to get our inspiration picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is our inspiration image, and the fronds that I'm talking about are these ones and these ones. I see that this one's got some purpley pink in it, so we might actually do one that has a little bit of pink on the top and purple in the middle, and then a couple that are dark blue. So that's what we are going to try to achieve now. So let's go back to our page. Okay, so this is our page, and I think what I'm going to do, maybe make this one have a little bit of pink at the top because it's in the highlight area. So yeah, so I'm taking our lightest pink, which is the violet pink, and I'm just going to put this very lightly on the few top leaves like that, okay? And then we're going to take, we have a purple in our color palette, so let me just find that one. We have this purple and this purple. That's not a purple, this is a purple. So this is a violet, okay? So I'm just going to put this on the very bottom of this little leaf and that one, and the pencil should be sharp. Okay, and the blue undertone that we got with our watercolor pencil will also add nice dimension. And we can just leave that a little bit so it shines through. Okay, let's go back in with our violet pink. Just blend a little bit. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Okay, but for the others, we're going to do them blue. So I'm going to get the turquoise blue Okay, and we're just going to, but again, we can leave some of the highlight that the watercolor paint gave us. So for example, I'm not going to color those two. Okay, and on this side, I'm also only going to color, and we're going to leave the highlight. Okay, and then our Prussian blue. I think this one needs to be sharpened. Hold on one second. Okay, so only in the shadow areas. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh yes, the pool. So yeah, so I go between 8:30 and 9:30, and I do my laps. And but on Monday, no, it was yesterday, I went to the pool. I go to the pool Mondays and Fridays. And I usually do aerobics on Fridays, but the instructor, who I really like, had to have surgery, so she's out on sick leave, and the instructor that they've got to replace her, I don't feel that she does mainly dancing, and she doesn't really count. She doesn't really, do all the muscle groups, which is what I want. I want my muscle groups to be exercised, especially my arm, which is why I go to the pool. Yeah, so I've stopped going on until my instructor comes back. So I just go and I do laps. So that is what I did yesterday. And there was a new lady in the pool. And unfortunately, she's one of those fast, one of those fast swimmers. And she was bashing into people. So I gave her a really wide berth. Yeah, okay, so what we're doing now is we're starting to shade the water part, okay? So I'm with that same turquoise blue, 171, I am just going, and I am only going in the shadow areas, okay? So we want to keep this highlight, so we are not going to go anywhere near this highlight. And we also want the nice gradient that the watercolor has given us. So I am only going in and doing very minimal shading. Yes. In the shadow areas, okay? Because we really want to leave our highlight. The watercolor pencil has done such a fabulous job in giving us that highlight and our gradient. So we're just going to only very lightly, yes, work in the shadow areas. Okay, like here you can just go a little bit into the highlight, but really avoid it. Now you see there are these little dots that Johanna has given us. In order to make, we're gonna go over that with a gel pen. So in order to make it stick out a little bit more, you can very lightly with the pencil color over those dots, okay? But very lightly, it will create nice dimension. But yeah, really lightly, we don't want too many. Okay, so only in the shadow areas we're putting this color. We really want to leave our highlight. Yeah, so that's what I did on Monday. I went to the pool. And I also went to the pool yesterday. Okay, and here also just deepen up the shadows a little bit. But we want to leave our highlight. Okay, and now we're going to go in with that Prussian blue. Yeah, okay, Prussian blue. And we're just, did I do that one? I didn't. Let's just do here. But that's enough, okay? And now with the Prussian blue, only in the deepest shadows. round the edge of the kettle in these little crevices here. Again, very lightly, light pressure. Okay, so that I did that. So what else did we do? I think last week I told you that we went to IKEA. I'm not sure if I told you or not. I have been struggling with a pain in my neck. Not the dog. He's a completely different pain in my neck. Anyway, so I was having some neck pain, and I think it was because of the way I had my computer screen set up on my desk. So I decided that I needed to change my setup a little bit. And I also wanted to get some shelves as well. So off we went to IKEA. I don't remember if I told you last week or not, so I'll tell you again. If I did, you can, again, skip over this bit. So we went to IKEA last week, and I got some shelves, really nice shelves. They are called I think it's PAL shelves, PAHL. And they usually put on a PAL desk. But I don't have a PAL desk. I have the desk that starts with an L, the linen, something like that. And I also have a Kallax that I've turned like into a table. And so I got those shelves and I just put them on top of my Kallax. And yeah, they look really good. Sometime in the new year, I will do another tour of my coloring space because I have made significant changes since the last time I did that video. So my setup is completely different from when I did it before. So I'll do that again sometime in the new year. And so we were putting furniture together. So that was fun. Sorry. So my roommate is the one who puts all the IKEA furniture together. She loves doing that. Just seeing that I've put this shadow color everywhere where I want it to be. Sorry for my croaky voice, it's the weather. I think so. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to take the white, but make sure to clean off the pink from the white so that you don't get pink into your blue. And we're just going to blend a little bit into the highlight area. Not very much. Okay. So we did that. Yeah, so overall it's been a quiet week. And that was my week. Okay, so what else can we talk about? Oh, let's talk about coloring books that are coming out. I might have already mentioned some of these, but in the mythographic series, Joseph Kattenbang is coming out with a coloring book that is Alice in Wonderland themed. I'm so looking forward to that. I think it's in June. Fabiana Atanasio is also coming out with a new mythographic. It's called Fairy Folklore. Looking forward to that one as well. So if you're unaware, Maria from Colorful Mother of Three and I are doing a group and a hashtag this year, the Mythographic Collective. If you've joined, welcome. And if you want to join, please feel free to send me a DM and I will add you to the group. So I am looking forward to adding those two books to my collection and coloring in them for that group and that hashtag. Yeah, so those are two mythographics that I'm looking forward to. I just saw that Rita Berman is also going to be putting out a new book in 2026. It's called The Magical Library. Oh, that is so up my alley. Books and coloring. Okay, so that's looking really good. And I am now going to leave this teapot. And I will come back to it a little bit later in a different video and do the lid, the handle, the spoon, and all of the gold elements. But now we're going to move up to the teacup on the left-hand side. So we are zoomed in on our teacup, and we are going to be using the exact same color palette that we used on the teapot. So I'm going to start with these two flowers, and we're going to make this very big one pink. But I really want the middle of this flower, yes, to be really light pink, not dark pink. So we're going to be very careful with our purplish red. In fact, I think I might even go in first with the white to ensure that it will be highlighted. Yes, so let's do that. So I'm going to start with the white, and I'm just going to go over each petal with the white. This will make sure that it doesn't get too dark, because I have this bad habit of, trying to get my flowers to be really light and then they go dark.
It's gonna look like that?
It's gonna look like that. Everyone, this is the assistant / roommate. And she
still does not have sheep.
Yes, you will get sheep. She wants sheep.
But that looks really cool.
That does look cool.
Can we get a teapot like that?
If we can find one.
Yes, okay.
That one is on Pinterest. I don't know if we can find that one. Okay. All right, she's gone off.
I have escaped.
Right, so now we're going to go in with our purplish red, and we are only going to put this here in the bottom. You see, and by putting the white down first, we're going to hopefully, crossing fingers, keep it a light pink. I've got to really be careful because I have a tendency to make things really dark. Where was I? Oh, yes, new coloring books. So, as I said, yes, Maria Trolle is coming out with a new coloring book, The Magical Library. I think she said April. Oh, that's going to be really good. And I know that Hannah Carlson is also coming out with a new book. It's what did she say it was called? It's escaped me. Storms and Scary Mansions, something like that. Stormy Mansions. I will find out and put it up on the screen. Something about houses or mansions or something like that. So she's coming out with a new book. Lots to look forward to in the coloring community in 2026. There are also everyone starting to now put out their hashtags for 2026, the annual hashtags. So there are monthly hashtags and there are annual hashtags, and lots of colorists are starting to put in their annual hashtags. So in addition to the mythographic collective that Maria and I are doing, I am also doing a hashtag for the Creative Haven books. I feel that I have not colored in them enough. And so I am doing that. And Maria is also doing one, not with me, she's doing it with Annika from Axic Fumbles. Check out her channel if you haven't already. She's a wonderful colorist. And so funny. She makes me laugh. So, she and Maria are doing a hashtag and also a group for Japanese and Korean coloring books. So I'll put that up on the screen as well, so you can check it out. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that hashtag because I have quite a few Japanese and Korean books that are not getting enough love. All right, so I'm just darkening it up around this this little bit. Oh, that's nice. And yes, I got it to stay quite light pink. So very pleased with that. Now this one, am I gonna do it purple? Let's look at the inspiration picture. Then I will perhaps get an idea. Maybe we'll do that one gold. Hold on, let me see what the inspiration picture. Oh no, it's like a lightish purple. Oh yes, like a periwinkle color, which we can get if we do exactly the same thing that we did with this flower. So let's take the white and just go over all of the petals of this flower. Okay. And now we will take, which color maybe? So that was an oopsie. I have accidentally put a purple pencil on the background. But since our background is going to be a smoky background, it shouldn't be too problematic. We will be able to color up a multitude of sins with the background. Okay, anyway, let's go back to our flowers. So I think I'm going to use, not the Prussian blue, I wanted one of those purples that we had. The blue denimes? Blue denimes? Yes. Yes, let's try this one. Okay, so I put down a layer of white, and now I'm going to put down this color very lightly also. I'm hoping to get like a periwinkle color. Yes, very lightly. Leave most of the white. Yeah, so those are, as I was saying, there are lots of new hashtags. Check out Maria and Annika's hashtag. Also, Joe, I'm just going to turn the page a bit. Joe from Piggy Pens and Holly from Hollyberry Colors also have a cool new hashtag. It is light versus dark. So each month will be some other light versus dark theme. And the theme for January is angels and demons. I've already picked out a page for that hashtag, which I will show you all in my planned pages video, which is coming soon. I'm trying to think who else has hashtags that I'm going to be participating in. There was one other. Leandri from Leandri Crafts is also doing a hashtag. She's doing a Rita Berman hashtag. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to take the white and just blend all of this together. And we should hopefully get a periwinkle color. Yes, we are. Oh, that has come out nice. Trying to think else. So Leandri, Joe and Holly, Maria and Annika's. Oh, Jamie from Finding Joy in Color is doing a hashtag yummy food. Coloring that is going to make me hungry the whole year. I'm going to try and participate. I might not be able to participate every month, but I will try and participate as much as possible in that one. And if I remember correctly, Jo from Geordie Colors said that she is continuing her Color the Fairy Tales hashtag into 2026. So I will probably also try and participate in that one. And I hope to finish up the Coloring Checklist Challenge that started in 2025, hosted by Sammy from Sammy Chat and Color, or Color and Chat. I'm almost done. I've actually finished the majority. So I will focus on coloring pages for the categories that I still have left for that. I'm going to do another video where I'm going to sum up all of my work in the various hashtags that I did for 2025. Okay, ooh, that looks really good. Okay, what we are going to do now is these two little ones are going to be gold. I don't have my gold color combination pencils out right now. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do these little leaves on the bottom, and they are going to be the same as the turquoisey color leaves on the bottom of the teapot. So we're going to start off with our turquoise blue and just put a light layer of that over all of these. Wow, they're small. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if there are any other hashtags that have come out just yet. I have put them all in my planner. Just hold on one second. I am going to get my planner and see what other hashtags are available in the community. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, I've written some of them down already. Others still have to be added to the list, but another one that I'm going to try and do is tackle the title pages, hosted by Jess at Coloring Bumblebee. So the idea there is to color the title pages of the books, because we often, forget them or don't do them. And Coloring with Shell 2026, Shell at Shell's Coloring Journey is doing a focus hashtag. She's focusing on 4 books in her collection. There's an R.J. Hampson one. There's I can't remember. I will put a link to hers as well, so you can go and check out. One of them is definitely R.J. Hampson. Okay, we're back with our teacup, and I'm just going to put in the malachite green now, only in the shadows. Yeah, we're not going to do very much with these leaves because they're so tiny. Yeah, that's the rain you can hear. It is raining cats and dogs, as they say. It's going to be raining the whole week. Yeah, so that raining cats and dogs, that reminds me of explaining to my students where some idioms come from. So that one comes from the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, people used to live in houses that had thatch roofs, and everyone used to gather together in the common area, common room. Sometimes houses were just one room, and the animals, like cats and dogs, used to go and sleep in the rafters. And then when it would start to rain, they would jump down into the common area. So that's where the phrase "it's raining cats and dogs" comes from. Just one of those little bits of trivia that I have collected over the years. So lovely coloring books to look forward to, lovely hashtags to look forward to. It's going to be a wonderful year in the coloring community, I think. Okay, do we want to do anything else here? Or do we want to just leave it for today? I think we're going to leave it for today. So let's zoom out and have a look what the page looks like. Okay, so this is what our page is looking like right now. I have tried to get rid of that purplish pencil, but I think I'm just going to leave it, and we will, as I said, hide it with the background. And of course that has also changed my plan for what I was going to do for the background. So I had this idea to perhaps put in a shelf across here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We're just going to do the smoky background, and that smoky background will help us cover up that little error that I did that. I'm always, putting random strokes of pencil on the page every once in a while. Anyway, so this is what the page looks like right now. I think it is coming out beautifully. I really love the way we have our teapot background. It really makes all the other elements on the page here pop, and we are going to do the exact same thing for the background for the teacup. on the left and on the right, and it will give us a cohesive look, because while this one is flowers and this one's flowers, this one is like a sea theme. So if we have the same bluish background in all the teacups, it will mesh together nicely. Right, so thank you so much for joining me for today's Saturday Snippets. I hope that you will join me again next week, and we will continue coloring this page. Have a wonderful, warm weekend, or if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, a cool weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.